Let's go over some feet on the pedal variations for the legs. So have a seat to set up for footwork, heels together and toes apart on the balls of the feet. Sitting toward the front of the chair, we do 10 repetitions here, arms in comfortable genie arms. After 10, we step to the arches with feet together and knees together. The pelvis is in neutral, stable, and quiet, and the spine is strong. After 10, we step onto the heels with the feet and the knees still together. Pinky toes lifted. Each set being a little more vigorous than the previous set, but still steady and controlled. And then stepping back to the balls of the feet, heels together, toes just slightly apart for tendon stretch. As the thighs stay parallel to the floor, we point and flex the feet to lift and lower the pedal with control. The thighs should stay quiet. And then a variation where the pedal is hovering at 2 inches off the floor, lowering and lifting heels, the thighs will move. Another version of tendon stretch. You would not do both of these, but this is just a demonstration. And then moving into the single leg version of footwork, still on the balls of the feet. This is slow and steady. 8 repetitions on each leg is plenty. And then close the pedal with control and step off to the front. This is a transition into pull-ups, so heels together and toes apart facing the chair. Begin with another version of tendon stretch. Abdominals are lifted, the heels lower and lift. Slow and steady. Hands are on the back corners of the chair, navels over the edge of the seat. On the last ones, you lift the heels, lift the pedal all the way up to the top, lower it with resistance. Try not to touch the frame. There is no rest. 5 or 6 is a good set. And then holding the pedal halfway up, hook the right ankle behind the left, and lower 2 inches, lift 2 inches. A little more briskly. Switching with the pedal held halfway up. Lower and lift 2 inches down, 2 inches up. Navel is deeply scooped to the spine. Finish by holding the pedal in the air and lowering it with control. And then stepping to the heels. Feet can be slightly apart or fully together. Toes are lifted. Lift the pedal halfway up and pump the pedal high 8 to 10 times. It's a brisk tempo. And then lowering with control. And then turning to the side for side pull-ups. The outside leg is at the back of the pedal, flat, and the inside ankle hooks across the front of the ankle. The inside knee stays bent, hands are on the side corners of the chair. And then switching legs. The inside foot comes flat to the pedal. The outside leg hooks the ankle, in front of the ankle. Right knee turns out. The hip stays squared to the edge of the chair. Try to keep the shoulders square. And a nice challenge at the end, floating the outside leg out to the side for a few pumps. And then we do the same to the other side. To review, the outside foot is flat toward the back of the pedal. Try to keep the hips square to the edge of the chair. Inside knee is bent with the ankle hooked. And then we repeat on the other foot. This requires a deeper oblique connection with the inside leg staying straight, outside knee staying open, and then finish with a few pumps with the outside leg extended to the side. Always lowering the pedal with control to transition. Close the pedal completely and step off. Into soleus press. Feel free to add a knee pad here. We place the knee on the edge of the chair, cupping the hams around it. And the ball of the foot is on the pedal, pointing and flexing. The hands help stabilize the knee while the pedal moves. working the deepest calf muscle to help with ankle stability. It's a slow and steady tempo. 8 to 10 reps is a good set. Close the pedal completely to transition to the other side. Make sure the knee is in front of the hip, the back heel is flat, and the spine has a slight extension to it. Gaze is forward long. Slow and steady. The breath is just natural here. Abdominals should be lifted. Spencer's going to check for good form. And then we'll transition into going up front. Right foot steps to the back of the seat. Left heel is lifted. Hands can be on the high diagonal as you float the pedal all the way up, lower down with resistance, not touching the frame. There is no rest. 6 to 8 repetitions, and double checking that the pelvis stays neutral. The front knee should stay close to the toes. It's a lovely transition into a mountain climber. Lower the pedal slightly, wrap the hands around the bent knee, lift the abdominals, and pump the pedal vigorously in and out 8 to 10 times. Lower the pedal to change sides for going up front again. The knee should stay over the toes. The back heel is lifted and the pelvis should be in neutral. If the arms on the high diagonal is not comfortable, genie arms is fine, or hands behind the head. With a transition into mountain climber, abdominals lifted, wrap the hands around the knee to stabilize it. Vigorously pump the pedal in, bending the right knee in and out vigorously. Make sure the pedal lowers completely before stepping back into going upside. The right foot goes into the side corner of the chair. The outside foot stays flat. The gaze is over the left hand, and we squeeze the left heel to the right heel. Abdominals lift, the pelvis should stay neutral. The pelvis is square to the side. This can also be done with handles or on a high chair. Transitioning into Russian squats. The weight shifts low. The outside heel lifts and turns out, and a vigorous pumping action into the center. Turning back to face the chair to transition to going upside on the other side. Again, thinking of the knee being toward the toes, gaze is over the outside arm. The back heel is flat, squeezing heel to heel into the abdominals to float the pedal up. The outside leg should stay straight for this variation. The knee bends and the outside foot lifts the heel and turns out slightly. Slight tug of the tail under, arms wrapped around for hug a tree for Russian squats. A vigorous pumping tempo. Heel to the center, heel to the center. 8 to 10 times, and then turn to face the chair to dismount with safety and control.